Oh, Crigler's in the chat. Crigler, you want to jump on? I'll send you a link. I don't know if you're still here. Crigler, can you hear me? Crigler, are you there? This is from Josh Denny watching Kanye West on TimCast, and I have some thoughts. It's an ego-driven power move to challenge what someone thinks. It takes curiosity and humility to understand why someone thinks what they think. Tim just tried to power move genius and embarrassed himself.
Facts.
Oh, you're here.
That's some facts right there.
I'm like, literally, I was on. I'm reading off a different screen, and then I hear your name, and I'm like, is that you, God? No, it's Adam.
Hello, my
Hello.
daughter.
Oh
Or
my God.
I don't know what God would say.
Did you what God would say that? Be like, you've been doing a great job at the gym. Please more squat videos. Thank you.
Send me feet pics.
Yes, I imagine this whole time God has been a foot person. I believe it. I
It
believe
makes
it
sense.
because
It makes sense, right?
you can make your whole ass living off of feet pics and you don't have to show bobs or vagine.
Yeah, women are so oppressed nowadays, aren't they?
I know. So did you watch the whole thing? What are your thoughts, Adam?
Oh man. Well, first off, I don't watch that show.
Okay.
I never have. I was on it and then I wasn't. So I
There's
kind of
only
dropped
so
a
many hours in the day. I get it.
I kind of dropped a bomb on that show on Friday, just telling my side of the shit show that is the Timcast IRL
And
show.
I was in there only for a few minutes. Like I need to watch your whole thing. I was in there just long enough to call Karlin Boroshenko fat, which is
I read that
what
comment out too. I thought
I
you
saw.
had me dying. That show was funny.
I was like, hold
No,
on. Did she join the gym yet? Does anyone know? She promised me that she'd join a gym and then I'd unblock her.
I don't want to call attention to her
I
anymore
know.
at all. But it's just everyone's scared of the 6 hour stream. It was just like the first hour and a half, I feel, or not even like the first hour is like when I explain, and then I kind of get into the details of like why I stayed and what
Mhm.
happened after I was fired until now, which is the second hour. But the last 5 minutes, Tim showed up and like super chatted me, and basically showed himself and proved everything that I was saying. Like he kind of proved me right with his the way that he responded. But
Did you feel better after having done that? Did you feel like
holy shit, Chrissy.
relieved?
I
And
slept for 12 hours.
oh
When I
wow.
finally fell asleep, I was just like so exhausted and I feel so good today. Like last night I was calling Tim out on some shit and like it feels good that people understand where I'm coming from. And I'm not spiteful. I'm not angry at Tim. Like I criticize him, but a lot of people are like, he gave you your platform. Like you would be no one without him. Like actually, I was on top of my field in multiple different, um, avenues of my job path, and like
Yeah, he wouldn't have, brought you on if you weren't good. It's like you can
yeah,
get
exactly,
opportunities, and if you're not talented enough to hold on to the opportunities, well, then you don't have them for long. So,
precisely right. And
yeah.
I was fired for something that I think it was just money. I think he just wanted the money to himself. Like in all when all said is done, he just didn't want to. He wanted 100% of the profits from that show because it was a fucking lot. I know because I saw the numbers. So, but
Yeah,
last
and I
night,
know people were definitely, like, looking to you were teasing that for a while, telling your side, so
yeah, just like
it's good that
a
that's
couple
out.
weeks because I had finally decided I was ready to tell my story, and it wasn't an easy story to tell because it involved me, talking about abortion and some shit
Yeah.
that I went through, and some guilt that I feel in my own life about my own decisions as a younger man. So it took me a long time to be able to tell my side of the story. So it feels really good. People know where I live now. I never lied about where I lived. I just never told anybody that I moved to Sweden. And I was kind of keeping it in the dark. That's why I didn't say where I was living at the time when you asked me.
You were
Like
trying to join
a
the
couple
Swedish
weeks ago.
bikini team. I get
Yeah,
it. And they
exactly. Oh,
rejected you, and you
tried,
couldn't get
tried. I'm the captain, baby. I'm the new captain. No, I'm just kidding.
uh,
Yeah, I'm wearing a MAGA banana hammock in the new dance. That's what.
good, good. So how would you have handled this if you were able to get Kanye on your show? How would you have handled it differently? What I mean, again, it's like he seems to be kind of an unpredictable person.
Chrissy, when Tim was dropping this, you would get the black vote, and Antifa is all white people. It's like he was playing the same game that Kanye was essentially doing with, labeling all Jewish people the same, you know? Everyone's mad at Kanye for doing that, and yet Tim was doing exactly that with white people and black people and insulted Kanye by saying, "You would get the black vote." And Kanye was like, "What? 'Cause I'm black?" And Kanye's like, "Well," Tim's like, well,
This was
race."
last night he said this?
Yeah, this was
Okay.
earlier before Kanye walked out. So then Kanye was like, "I'm not gonna deal with this shit. Like, I'm not gonna be trapped here to like contend with this stuff." Everyone's sharing the one clip of Kanye walking out, but
Ah,
you know, Tim was basically doing the exact same shit because it's safe. People are allowed to say white people all the time. I don't give a fuck. I'm white. Like, do you care, Chrissy?
that you're white?
No, that any
It
people
does make
say
me feel
white people.
safer. No. I'm just curious.
Yeah, no, it's like people I mean, everyone makes fun of white people. Everyone stereotypes white
Of
people,
course,
black
it's
people.
trendy.
It's
It's
like,
like
but as soon as you say like, just
yeah,
Chappelle, what did he say? He's like, "If it's black people, it's a gang. If it's Italian
right.
people, it's a mob. If it's Jewish people, it's a coincidence, and we should
That's
never
so
ask
funny.
questions." It's like, that shit's funny, but he's
That
calling
is
it
funny.
out. It's allowed for certain groups, but not others. Obviously, Kanye West isn't talking about the entire group of Jewish people. He's talking about the people that are in control of the media, in control of Hollywood, that are trying to control him, that locked him up with that fucking crazy personal trainer, that Tim
Oh
acted
gosh,
like he
that
didn't
was
know who
nuts.
who that was at all. And it's like, if Kanye was on my show, I would allow him to say his piece and ask him, I would ask, like, don't you think it's important to maybe be more specific instead of generalizing the entire Jewish population? Like, that's how I would have approached it. And that's a big difference than what Tim did. Tim was just like, let me tell you why I'm right here. And trust me, from someone who is fucking sick of that attitude from people like Tim,
Mhm.
that doesn't go over well with someone like Kanye West. That was like the largest guest he's ever had on his show. Didn't even do the research to fucking find out like what Kanye went through, being locked up and calling out that personal trainer. Like, that's a big part of the
Oof.
conversation. Tim didn't even know who it was. It's like, come on, dude,
Uh, and
do your
that's so
research.
interesting because then you can get into the, like, "Oh, was he involved in MK Ultra at all? Like, was
He
there
was.
mind
No,
control?"
he
Like, you
literally was,
get into
Chrissy.
that. That's, like, the most
This guy
important.
this guy was on the Canadian Secret Service, and basically their MK Ultra program, like the equivalent, the Canadian version. So it's like that actually is a real thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's I mean, I think that's why Britney Spears is so fucked up. I think that's, a lot of these celebrities, like, they literally sign away their souls and, they just kinda become puppets or mini politicians, basically, so
I see too many people being safe, taking the safe route. Rumble really unlocked something inside me. Like, I am I was censoring myself on YouTube. I was subtly critiquing the way I would say things because I didn't want to get banned off YouTube. And like, once I went to Rumble and I started speaking my mind, I would cut my YouTube stream and just start talking about stuff that I really felt was important. And the research that I was going through, I realized how much I actually was censoring myself. And that
mm,
that was actually the catalyst for me wanting to get rid of the story of Tim, and my shit that I went through there, because Tim abuses the people around him. It's not like, I have had so many people come up to me. His own sister super chatted me. I don't know if you were there for that. His own sister super chatted me and said, "Yeah, I went to work there, and the first thing I saw was him yelling at someone." And it's like, yeah, because he's abusive. Like, he yells at people, and it has to be his way or the highway. Trust me, I know from experience. It's like that kinda shit, like, was weighing on me, and I was protecting him for no reason. Like, I don't owe Tim anything. Yeah, he helped me out, but that doesn't mean I should forgive the things that he did, and the way he treats people, and the way he treated me, and the way that he treated my wife. Like, Tim fucking reached out to my wife this weekend to try to, like, play the victim card and
To
manipulate
see if you
her?
were okay or just
No, no, it was all about him, like, "Hey, Adam really, like, made my girlfriend feel bad, he was talking all this shit," and it's like, "Bro, Tim, she's the one who helped me, like, create the timeline of what we both went through with your abusive shit. Like, don't call my wife. Don't
mm,
don't try to, like, hit my wife up and manipulate her to, like, get to me. Call
yeah.
me if you wanna fucking if you wanna talk. Don't call my wife. That's fucked up." Yeah, I was doing my Friday stream for me because I wanted to get that shit off my chest, and I felt like I owed it to the people that loved my and Tim's show, and Tim didn't give me the time of day after that, you know?
Yeah.
So,
From my boobs, Ye should only do the wet spot, no politics, just sex topics and awkward banter with Frankie. That's true. It is definitely a low impact show. Kanye absurdly immature, even if correct. From I need to stop watching YouTube. It's hard. It's like you have a personality like Kanye. It's like you don't want to necessarily tiptoe around them, but you definitely want to do what you can so that they don't leave. And maybe
well,
that does mean you are more
Kanye
careful.
literally said, "I will walk off the show if this is gonna be the way this is." Tim didn't listen to that and continued, you know? I think Tim wanted this. I think Tim wanted this sensational, um, you know,
I mean,
viral
it's
shit.
a big get. It was gonna be viral whether he was on for 5 minutes or the whole time. So,
True.
just getting him on was the viral moment.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Not Tim, I agree with Adam, I think he's wrong. So you would've if you had him on, you would've been like, "Oh, just tell me
Hold
about."
on. Can you bring that back up again? Did I is
Oh,
that what I
oops.
did that just say what I think it just said?
It said, "Not Tim." I disagree with Adam,
Oh,
I think
okay.
he's wrong.
Okay, alright, yeah. Good.
Oh,
Classic
okay.
classic not Tim.
Oh, do you know this person?
Oh, yeah, yeah. A
Okay, okay,
frequenter on my channel. Great
okay.
shit.
It was the 2 great forces of cog dissonance.
Oh,
I guess
yeah.
I don't know, if I had him on, I would just be like, "Talk to me," and then but that's the thing, if you're worried that someone not jumping and be like, "I disagree with this part," like, can you just let someone talk? It doesn't mean you agree with all of their points if you're just have someone on your platform and you're letting them speak.
I mean, that's what he said he wanted to do. He didn't wanna get, side I didn't wanna be ambushed like the Lex Friedman interview, which, people are now talking about. It's like Kanye specifically said, "I just wanna say my piece. I don't wanna argue about, semantics." And that's what Tim was trying to say, but Tim was doing this he literally was doing the same shit by talking about, like, the black vote and white
Mm,
people. He said it a bunch of different times through a bunch of different examples, and, like, bro, how are you gonna tell Kanye, your big guest, that he's not allowed to do it, and yet you're doing it? And Kanye even called him out for it just, like, 5 minutes prior to Kanye walking off. I don't blame Kanye walking off at all.
let's see.
I think they've been extremely unfair to you. I
Who
think
was they though? We
the
can't say who they is,
corporate
can we?
press. I'm not using the.
See
I don't use the
see
word as the way I guess you.
So if that was, like, the 4th time that
See,
that
right
happened,
there.
then
Honestly, pause it. Kanye says, "Who we can't say who they is, can we?" And Tim
mm,
responds, "Corporate press." Dude, that's not who he's fucking talking about. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, and that's when Kanye was like, "I can't believe
mm,
is he seriously doing, like, corporate press? Like,
that's when
that's
he,
not
like,
like,
lost his,
what the fuck?" Like,
temper, I
Kanye,
guess.
it's like that's basically telling Kanye, I don't give a fuck what you're saying. I'm gonna shill and maintain my safe position on YouTube.
But what if it's how he actually feels?
Oh, you mean, his identitarian politics that he's been spewing for years, but and yet plays the game of identitarian politics? It's like, Tim, he just called you out for doing that same exact shit, like, 10 minutes before this.
Wow. Ugh,
So,
okay, now I wanna just, like, EFAP the whole thing and be like, "Where did it go wrong?" I could bring that up. I didn't so this yeah, this is about 20 yeah, I guess it was 20 minutes in. How did it begin?
invited, and Trump, of course, has issued with your families or loved ones, or at least relax in this story for many reasons. I suppose people have made this story has persisted till today, and we are able to actually sit down with several of the individuals involved in that story, notably Nick Fuentes and Milo Yiannapolis, of course, who made the dinner happen. It's my understanding, or at least got the.
I had the dinner night before.
So he brings up the first thing he does is bring up the the dinner, right? Which, okay, yeah, I get it. That's like the thing that is
Trending,
in the news. Yeah, like what? Oh shit, Trump didn't know. And I heard a little clip of their discussion. It's like Ye answers it like Trump didn't know who he was. Trump was being nice, said, "Yeah, bring your friends in." So I was like, okay, whatever. And then he brings up an article about how he brought in the white supremacists. Now, I don't know Nick Fuentes. I'll be honest. I don't know how much of a white supremacist he is. I would interview him and find out why people think that he's a white supremacist. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather go
let him
about
say
it that way.
something instead of just being like, oh, other people are saying it about him, so I'm just gonna believe it. I hate that too, personally. Like,
this is from Anomaly. He did a quick little. I'm gonna post it in the private chat. Did a little video and he just posted it, and it's like, damn, like this is it proves what I was saying about him basically just being, he doesn't follow his own rules with identity politics. It's like, dude, you're gonna bitch and moan about this and do the same shit, but it's not okay when Kanye is talking about a certain direction.
let me see what the first thing they get into here.
Okay, my bad. There you go. So we're gonna jump right into this
I just
story.
overcomplicated it.
Absolutely. So we're gonna start with that. And there's a lot we want to talk about, and you know what, man, this is a very big story. A lot of people have questions about what were Trump's intentions, why were certain people invited, and Trump, of course, has issued statements. So a lot of people want to know where he stands, and more importantly, what happened there and why. And there's also the questions about what Ye 24 means, and I'll keep that a little bit vague so that they can answer to that and speak more to that. And then, of course, we're going to get into a lot of different issues. However, head over to timcast.com and become a member. We're going to have
do this.
You did it.
There you go. Smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, share the show with your friends. Joining us.
Nick Fuentes, first time here on the TimCast. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. What do you do?
Oh, I'm a live streamer. I do a show called America First on cozy.tv.
All right. And of course, Milo, you were here a couple weeks ago.
Yes, I'm your best ever guest.
So we've been told that the episode with you was one of the best podcasts ever. People really enjoyed hearing you speak.
I think it's accurate.
Yeah, because he shit all
Thanks
over
for coming
Tim.
back.
Thanks.
You can't not love Milo. Like, he's just
I don't know anything about Milo either,
so
but
damn charismatic.
everyone's telling me that it was one of the first times that there was a guest that Tim couldn't speak over because Milo wouldn't let him. And Milo basically
wondering how I
owned his ass.
was going to make
it
even more extraordinary the second time I visited, but I think I might have pulled it off.
Luke's here.
Total sausage fest tonight. Welcome. My name is Luke Radowski of wearechange.org. Today I'm wearing
should apologize. It's wrong to give.
I would have not started with an article. I would have started.
Look at this.
By talking to him.
Tim's like, why doesn't why did Kanye jump right into it, to that stuff? And here he drops this, Pence says Trump should apologize, wrong to give an so he's basically like, all right, you're an anti-Semite, explain yourself. It's like, what the?
I could see how someone would feel like, oh, is this leading in one way? Instead, I would have just started just talk, there's so much there. There's no need to bring up an article.
Yeah,
we all
why
know they were at dinner together.
Like, we all know. Talk to him. Talk to your guest.
All right, let's see if I can get to where he first speaks.
Yeah, originally, and then I've suggested that we bring in Nicholas as killer.
So I have some questions about that, but we'll get through the dinner portion of how exactly this happened, what went down. So this is how you get in contact, the three of you. How is it that Nick ends up invited to this dinner, and what happened?
Well, he was rolling with me. I was impressed with Nick, and I was like, just come to the dinner. And we had Karen Giorno pick us up from the airport. And there was a lot of back and forth. There's another gentleman named Jamar Montgomery that was with us. It's a he's an engineer at Boeing, and his was it?
I'm telling him just we should raise everyone's volume.
Okay, cool. And we sat there, and it was like when Trump came in, I said, do you want to sit alone? He's like, no, bring your friends in. So a big thing is like Trump had no idea who Nick Fuentes was. But this whole, I just got to go right to the heart of this anti-Semite claim that's happening. This is something, if you read the definition, it says you can't claim that there's multiple people inside of banks or in media that are all Jewish, or you're anti-Semitic. And that's the truth. Like, it's the truth.
Right. It's like what Chappelle was talking about. Like we are observing that there are a lot of one type of people in one industry. Like what is so wrong about that?
So he starts it off by already explaining it, that he wasn't talking about all Jewish people, that it was like he's talking about the people in the industry. So like what the all right, I didn't watch this. So like I'm watching this for the first time with you right now, and it's just making it worse.
Because I just was like, okay, I want to see where these feelings are brewing from.
It's
Kanye
making it
that's
worse.
leading to him
Like
wanting to walk.
He's right. You can't do that, right? Well, why? That's what he's trying to talk about. You know, it's like those are the people that are controlling him. Go ahead.
Yeah.
And
Elaborate. What do you mean? You mean?
I'm saying like I've been labeled anti-Semite, right? So there's different beliefs about our bloodlines, you know, like the documentary that Kyrie posted. And in general, America has been
that documentary he's talking about, and I haven't seen it. I'm very curious to watch it, but I think it has something to do with like Black Israelites, which is a thing I don't know anything about, but it's something that I've heard people say, oh, like Black people are just using this Black Israelite concept to put themselves like more victimized than Jewish people. I don't know. It's like if people want to play in the victim Olympics, it's like you'll always find something, but I guess that's the context of that.
Left ignorant, and history has been changed. So when we start questioning things that question the indoctrination, then you immediately get, you said debanked, or what did you say happened to you? Or
demonetized, deplatformed.
Demonized, demonetized. And what's so beautiful about this time is everyone got to see what's really been happening.
Oops.
And now we can really understand. We can see that.
Okay, hold on. Oh my God, I don't understand this computer. Ah!
Ron Emanuel was right next to Obama, and then Jared Kushner was right next to Trump.
But so we're getting right into it, I guess, right? I was hoping to go for the news first before we got into all of this stuff. I think the issue is one way to put it is you're expounding upon a localization issue that you've witnessed, right? Let me clarify. There are a handful of people that you see are Jewish in a certain place, and then you associate Judaism with the power, whereas I view that as not relevant to it. Like, yeah, you're substantially more powerful than I am, but I don't view what.
I'll be honest, Chrissie. I can't stand the sound of this man's voice, and I'm not going to sit here and do this. You could keep watching. I'm going to bounce though. I have no respect for Tim. I made it very clear why. And then he fucking tried to manipulate my wife this weekend, and he can go fuck himself.
All right.
So,
well, I'm gonna
you're
just
awesome.
Commenting through this a little bit, but yeah, good.
Yeah,
to
no
see
worries.
You.
It's all good.
All right, Adam.
I'll see you next time.
Okay,
you gotta come on my show again.
Yes, for sure.
All right, we'll talk later.
Okay, doodles. Love you guys. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye. All right, love you guys. God, I don't even want to leave. This candle smells so good. I don't want to leave. All right, love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Love you all. Join the Discord. Feet. Love you all. Wow. You guys are awesome. Tell me you get it. Bye, guys. Bye. Now I'm really leaving. Love you. Bye.